Can you dream about places where there's no sense of time or space? Yeah. You don't need to pull yourself together and make pretend. Yeah. Then you take a little while to remind you of the one you were, and everything will be recalled. Yeah, yeah. Dream a little harder, love a little louder, and everything will be recalled. Take me back to the time of '85. Yeah. Take me back to the time when you were mine. Dream a little harder, love a little louder. 85. Take me back to the time of '85.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Oh, I messed up my own intro. How about that? What a day! So, I was almost late today. I had a lot of paperwork to do. So, talk about a musical intro. So, today we're on the Chase the Cup series. We are heading from Ohio State University Airport near Columbus, Ohio. We're making our way over the state of Indiana, checking out the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and what used to be the IRP, the Indianapolis Raceway Park, a short track nearby the main brickyard. And then we'll make our final stop in Illinois. So it's going to be a fun and interesting look. We're running on live weather, which hopefully won't give us too much grief. And we're also using, I'm in the wrong window, the Piper PA28161 Warrior 2 from Just Flight. Giving it a nice little bit of a go here in a beautiful sunrise, using the livery, the only livery where you can actually customize your tail number. I think they need to add more. So yeah, pay no mind to the the two G91s and the T45s. The air show. They're coming back from Oshkosh. Yes. Hope you're all doing well today. Surprised that hasn't gone off, has it? It has gone off. Aha. So I've been busy doing paperwork today. So this stream was almost a bit late, but thankfully I managed to get through the paperwork and the tedium therein with well enough time. So we have Viper Strikes here, Shuffle Shoes, good to see you. Scorpio 49 is here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get ourselves rolling on this fantastic little airplane. So we're gonna get those up. Go ahead and close the door. Hold the door. Alright. Sure the throttle is cracked. Set tank to left. Keep that open. Viper with the host. Many thanks. Two-Tone Murphy with the hostage as well. And we can go ahead and turn that off. Because, well, it's gonna be daytime. So, beacon turn on. Mags to both. Fuel pump on. Clear prop. That's right. The Just Flight didn't make this very compatible with the SciTech instrument, so I actually have to hold it. Roger, Viper. Rumble 34, good to see you. Okay, set our altimeter. Everything seems good. Fuel pump coming off. Avionics coming on. Ooh, just saw a CJ4 land. Or are they taking off? They're going really fast. Alright, so we're going to input the flight plan. So we're starting here at Kilo Oscar Sierra Uniform. Yes. Ohio State University, Columbus, Ohio. Yes, airport. Okay. Enter. Yes. There we go. Finally got it working together with the piper. Use it for switch. Ah! There you go. Okay, second destination is India 62-3SY-KCMI 62 Brookville, Ohio. Then we're going to Three Sierra Yankee Speedway Airport in Indiana. Then our final stop at, oops, too far, Kilo Charlie. Mike, India. Mike. Should pop up. Ah, Spad next. Yeah, I've heard of that. Shame you have to pay for it, but I hear it does good things. Alright, we got the flight plan in. It's not going to be terribly hard to pick out the... Hey, Kingsman, good to see you. How's Cornwall? Fun fact, Hammy, Warhamster is in Cornwall. Kingsman, you might look him up and meet up. Could be fun. Alright, so our flight plan is in. We're squawking VFR. Transponders activated. Okay, check for any movement outside. Oh, hello. Alright, so nav light's coming on. This doesn't have a taxi light, so we'll just do it. Oh, Scorpio, that's not good. Okay, parking brake is off. Sure, flaps there. So fun fact, chocks. Now it'll roll. Pardon me, Thunderfly. There's a dip in there. Alright, so now's where we're checking for traffic. We're at the hold short. Traffic seems clear. As we cross the runway, we'll activate our strobe lights. That way, folks can more easily notice us crossing. First day is the 30th. Tentatively. I was doing a lot of paperwork for that early today. But many thanks. See, the fun thing is everybody's much more excited for me getting a traditional job than I am. I want to just keep doing this. I don't necessarily want a traditional job, but I kind of need it. So it's a move of necessity, not exactly of want. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll get me out and about and moving again, which is going to be good. It's just me being grumbly. I just want to hang out with friends and do streaming and play Flight Sim. What in the world is that clicking that I'm hearing? Why am I hearing it clicking? What is that clicking? Thanks, Noel. Good to see you. All right. Why isn't that working? That's working. Strobe light, that's taxi. There's landing light. Those can go up. Let's see if... Oh, we got a Thunderfly with us. Alright. Well, we're not... This thing is not the quickest, so... You will probably... working away from home, but I'm back in Hopi 5. Nice! Well, glad to see you back. And here's hoping you get to enjoy the old flight simming again. Alright, so we're taking runway 23 because that's the best runway for the winds currently. Okay, just last second checks, flaps 1 notch, trim, fuel. We're going to switch to the right tank and let us be going. Start trimming up. Climb. And I cannot see. Oh, that's problematic. Steering the feet, flaps coming up. Start a left-hand turn. Don't stall. So this is a third-party improvement scenery for the airport. It closes down proper runways, fixes the taxiways where they're supposed to be. It's available on flightsim.to. If you just search for Kilo Oscar Sierra Uniform, you'll find it. I like running it. I think it looks nice. There's a few bumps here and there, but I think that's okay. I mean, it's nice for an Ohio airport. No, there we go. Uh-oh. Save it! Save it! You saved it. Alright, so we have our CDI set to GPS. So we're going to come down. Oh dear. Hello. We want to set nav mode and activate. Okay, we're gonna go to 4,500. Don't mind the lightning flashes. The default live weather is always a bit confused. I gotta admit, the Piper Warriors, it's pretty nice, you know, for a Piper. You know, and I'm saying this as a Cessna person. I do like the Warrior and even the arrows. They're very well done. There's a mall down there. Couple of roundabouts. Okay, check on our altitude, make sure that's going okay. And then we'll start adjusting, oh, pardon me, our trim and power settings for cruise. Goose1323, how you doing, dude? Hope you're well. How's your Thursday going? Oh, there you are. Yeah, this thing's climbing at about the, you know, roll speed or the rotate speed of the MB339. Right on. Sometimes that's the best thing to do in a day. Alright, so we're going to reduce power. And then we adjust trim. Go for a second. Let's kind of do this for a little bit before it settles in. I'm hanging in there. I was able to wake up this morning, so it can't be a bad day. Oh dear. Just saw an MB339 in a Thunderfly livery doing a lawn dart formation. Okay, still trimming out. A little higher than we wanted to be. It's alright. Can adjust. What are you doing, Flight Sim? Well then. Sorry for the stream interruption. A little bit of a CTD. Thanks, Hotfix. The hotfix has not been very kind to me. Hey, Captain Seppi, how you doing, my friend? The weird part is, I was doing fine yesterday. Sporting the DRW hat. I'm always going to be a fan of Hockey Town. Let's go Red Wings. My only regret is that I never got to see a game at the Joe. And then they tore down the Joe. It was really funny. So I usually go to a convention in Detroit. It's downtown Detroit. And it always happens in late October, very early November. And without a doubt, there'd always be a Red Wings game on one of the nights of the convention. And they would always look at us in costumes like we're weird. But they're wearing hockey jerseys and whatnot. And it's just like, you're doing the same thing just for sports. So we always kind of, live by the phrase, turnabout is fair play. We'd always kind of look at them funny and go, well, gosh, I wonder what they're dressed up for. It was always funny. But yeah, the hot fix has been a hot mess for me. Not like super bad, but it's definitely, I've had many more CTDs than in the past. Just waiting for the sim to reload.
She said I might not love you forever and again, but I'm gonna hold on until we're in heaven. Just a bit closer, I know it's not too late. When everything's over, I know we'll be the same. I know we'll be the same.
Just waiting on the sim. Oh, heck no. They're in a building phase. The chances of them getting into the playoffs is pretty slim. Red Wings always have a better chance of getting into the playoffs than the Lions do in the NFL, but Detroit sports is nothing but an exercise in disappointment. Okay, let's try this again. Destination is going to be I-62 flight sim. I used to just click that and click go. There's Jonathan. We made it to about here. Set his temperature. Why do I get the feeling this is doing the same thing that it did to me on Tuesday? What in the world, Flight Sim? Come on! It's the second time you've done this to me. in a week. Hey, Goblin, how you doing? Yeah, I've already had a CTD once, Goblin, then it wouldn't load in. It's doing to me what it did on Tuesday. You know, the sim was fine before the hotfix, and the hotfix has just been a hot mess. I think they broke more than they fixed. Troubleshooting Microsoft Flight Simulator with Colonel Fork. Trying to work around the hot mess. Hot fix. Alright, let's try this again. Set as departure. We're just south of here. It's departure. Oops. I62 Brookville Avlog 45. You stupid tank. Okay. He did. Captain Seppi actually did a flight, Sunday? I think it was Sunday, doing celestial navigation. Maybe it was Monday. He went from California to Hawaii all on celestial navigation, and that stuff's nuts. Hey, it actually loaded this time. Alright. And we're gonna just not talk to stuck in the tin can up in the air and I cannot get down. Oh dear. Well, I'd certainly love to help if I can. Oh dear. Yeah, those are always fun getting used to. Okay, make sure everything's fine. There's nav lights. That is a really dumb place to put a throttle and a knob. Like, why would you put it there? Oh, believe me, the only way I can fly, even remotely fly, the DC-6 is with the AFE. I won't say a word. I know nothing. If there's one thing in life that I'm an expert at, it's playing dumb. I'm so good at playing dumb, people actually think I'm dumb. Probably because I am. T-Bone's here. Yeah, DC-6 is amazing. Alright, so we're gonna do a cheeky mid-air refuel because, well, Flight Sim decided to be Flight Sim. Nah, you didn't join at the wrong time. You joined at the right time because I just got back in the air from a CTD. If you break something, you need to go to Alaska. Every car is matter of fact. Also. Alright, so we're going to start bringing the power back now as we approach our cruise altitude. Well, I do that a lot, so that's going to be a common theme. Okay, we didn't leave off when it was this daylight. We did something of a morning flight. Well, you know, old habits are hard to break, as they say. Yeah, I don't think it really should, because it's not exactly that kind of weather out. I mean, fish earlier. Roger that. At this rate, if the sim behaves, I mean, this is going to be a long-ish flight anyhow, so you should have time. One day, Microsoft and Asobo will get the live weather working properly. I honestly think they should have just did what they did with FSX and, you know, got their weather from Jeppesen. You know, query all the weather stations in the given area, and that's the weather, and it loads as you go. That's a big stadium, or it's a big racetrack. This is the annual big, oh, nice. Is that only in, is that only going to show up over in France, or is that going to show up, across the globe? Should actually check. Trim down. Oh, good. Well, hopefully the weather's cooperative tonight. Maybe I'll get to see it. Fair enough. Uh, 3 hours in the morning. You mean 3 a.m.? See, 3 a.m. there's probably about 11 p.m. here. Give or take. Anywhere from 10 to 11 a.m. or p.m. And this weather just isn't going to do. Flight sim, you got to figure your stuff out, because that's just uncool. Oh, nice. You know, the lightning effect is kind of overdone, much like it is with the icing. They tamed the icing. Now it's just like, okay, you're getting way too much thunder and lightning where there really isn't any. True facts about the owl. True facts about Asobo. So we've got time to do a tweak of No, you big old dingus. Why? 5, 6, 2. Thank you. And we want okay. C and there we go. Yes, I did see that. I did download the update, and I believe I have installed. They put out an update for the Legacy G1000 the other day. It's kind of a shame that it seems like they're no longer going to really develop the classic G1000 because I kind of like it better than the NXI. But, I mean, it's their decision. Really excited for the Tomcat coming out next Thursday. So a week from today, we should have a Tomcat, barring any major issues popping up. So that's going to be exciting. Got some interesting plans. So moving forward with the channel, and now that I have a traditional job, I have a good 2 weeks that I can plan out streams. And I can do my normal thing. And for probably the first couple of weeks of the new job, I'll only be streaming on Saturdays and Sundays. I may make those flights longer just to make up for lack of stream during the week. But beyond that, kind of stream Saturdays and Sundays. If I'm able to do a stream during the week with the new job, I'll certainly try to do my best to work that in. But those can't be guaranteed. So Saturdays and Sundays, I'll do my best to stream. The other downside is there's potential for me having to work overtime on Saturdays and Sundays, especially towards the end of the month. So the streams are going to be kind of a state of flux for the first couple of weeks of the new job. Ooh, we got somebody flying overhead. We'll kind of see how it goes. Thanks, guy. Thanks, Ryan. or Singleton. Everybody's more excited about me getting a job than I am, because I love doing the streams. I love hanging out with you guys and, you know, getting to explore the world in Flight Sim, but it's just not financially viable yet. As Omega 38K with the follow. Many thanks, dude. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Hope you're well. Just kind of discussing the future of the channel, or the near future of the channel. So we'll see how things play out. Well, I'm going to do the best that I can to get as much streaming in as I can, because I still love doing this. But you know, it is what it is. I need to do what I need to do to, you know, live day to day. Oh, goodness me. Pardon. The major holdback to doing any kind of streams during the week is the fact that I either have to stream before work or I'll have to stream after work. If I stream before work, that's pretty much right as, you know, because my shift will start at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So add 5 to that, or subtract 5 to that. No, add 5. That makes it about 7 p.m. British Irish time. So I'll have to stream, you know, earlier than 6 o'clock Irish or British time, or 1 p.m. my time, and be done by then. Or I have to stream late at night, getting out at 10:30 at night. If I stream at midnight my time, that's 5 a.m. over in Ireland and England. So, kind of a bummer, but I mean, it is what it is. I have to, I have bills, and they don't care how or where it comes from. They just want their money. Bill collectors be like that. You know, I think we're just gonna go with scattered clouds because oh dear. There. Now we got nice clouds and reasonable conditions. That's good, that's good, cool.
Skyline 037, a mile west, transition over top Smithfield, west of 3,100.
Go ahead and hide me for a minute. Yeah, roger that, Goblin. You know, it's getting that time of year. You know, it's...
Try
Your last week of not teaching ish.
Left downwind for 1-8.
Trying to land is just a, oh dear. Have a little bit of confidence, Merwise. You got it. Hey, Joey Bolo, how you doing? Good to see you, dude. Just flying the Piper Warrior on the way to see Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Talking about the near future of the channel. Because it's going to be in a slight state of flux for a little while.
Traffic 79 Bravo turning final 1-8.
So we're about 11 miles out from our first stop. Ooh, it looks like we're going to have fun in Colorado with Murph tomorrow. Starting off at Telluride, going to Aspen, and then heading to Utah to look at the Delicate Arch, Balanced Rock, and Landscape Arch. Nice. And don't forget the aviators, Joey. Everything's more tender with the aviators. You got this. Let's see, K-Text. Layover in Avis. Case. Oh, dang.
Traffic, Cessna's on a 45 for runway 17.
Well, I know I'm going to be making a diversion on Murph's course next week. Fly over Montrose. Bad Dog's here. Just 7 mile west end. Congrats to work on J does my J delay trying to sort out control for that. Roger that, and many thanks. Yeah, it's like on the one hand, I do have some excitement about the new job, but it's always kind of tempered with the, oh, by the way, you know, it's going to impact your streaming.
Traffic here 512 Charlie Papa Tank from Gresham Ranch West neighborhood, runway 17.
This is... Where is this? Oh, it's Dayton. So, if we look south, very carefully, that's the Air Force Museum. And Wright Patterson Air Force Base is over
Traffic Cessna 90
here.
1 mile southeast, joining left
And
downward
then
for runway
the
18
Air Force Museum, right there. Oh, we all believe in you, Merwaz. You got this. I do believe Dayton, Ohio was the birthplace of the Wright brothers.
Traffic come up 216 coming Bravo, 6 miles to the north. Joining left traffic for runway 36.
Not really a new change of scenery, it's just a new responsibility, a new thing I've got to do. It'll get me out and about, and that's about the best part about it. And other than, you know, being able to pay bills.
Traffic sky
We're gonna start
miles south on the practice RNAV 36, leaving
descent.
3000 for 2200.
Yeah, and I'll do the best I can, but it's definitely going to be moving more towards weekends, because that's going to be the more predictable time where I'll have some sort of time to do it. I do believe that is our stop.
Unicom traffic, Skyline 514 here.
Pardon me.
7 miles to the east. Be making a left base for 18 full stop. Anybody here, please advise.
Let's see.
Traffic line 72 for Tango, clears 17.
Hello. Yeah, the AFE is invaluable when it comes to the DC-6. I mean, you take into account that airplane was designed to be flown by 3 people. So trying to fly it by yourself manually is basically a full-time job. You're never sitting around doing nothing. Yep. You got to keep your approach speed between 120 and 140, usually. Ooh. There's the airfield. We're just going to do a straight in, because the winds are out of the west. Reasonably sure of that. Going to sync our heading. And we're going to go to heading mode. Well, it's like I've said, you learn more out of failure than you do out of success. So just chalk it up as a learning moment, and well, there you go. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and disable the autopilot. I have the airplane. Full rich, 1 notch down on the flaps. Camera on for traumatic something effect. That's the word. I can words good.
Hey, and Pete, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 360 here so we don't go too far.
Okay, we'll just continue straight ahead for a little bit and then turn crosswind.
So that should be 2 notches of flaps, I believe. No, it might be still 1. Oh, seeing my face is always traumatic.
Experimental 0 Lima Victor is going to be a short approach through 3-6 simulation engine on.
And there's 75 knots. We need to, we're too low. Add power. Oh, I feel bad for these people in this neighborhood. Okay, last notch of flaps.
Traffic is not 2454 Echo or 4 miles from the final approach fix for the RNAV GPS runway 36.
And somehow my parking brake got turned on. There we are, and down. Yeah, I wasn't running that guy. Can add that in though.
Middle Unicom, there's a citation on the RNAV 218.
Regional back up 3071, runway 18, approximately 4 miles out on the approach.
Yeah, not a lot to this little runway. I'm not even, if I'm honest, I'm not even sure it's a real runway. Let's consult the old Google or Bing Maps. Let's see. Go away, local guide. We don't need you.
There's 300 Alpha November, over. Yep,
We got a Bonanza in.
weather seems to have gone down there. We think we can make it in, but if we don't, we're wondering if you could, if you periscope miss, to send out the, we've got a car there or car service, they could just send a burst.
I'll be darned, there is a runway there.
Okay, yeah, the weather, according to the AWAS there, has gone down right at minimum.
So the parking brake for a minute. But it is in fact a runway. And not only that, the taxiway goes to somebody's house and crosses the road. This is probably the oddest setup for an airport I have ever seen. That is so bizarre. Huh. If you get a chance to look at it on the map, check it out. It's really interesting. Like, it's really confusing. Genuinely. That's so weird. I've never seen anything like that ever. Hey, Kozaki, how you doing?
Traffic, Pilatus 95.
Oh, there's still plenty left of it, Kozaki. We've only just made our first stop.
20.
And I was kind of looking at the Bing maps of this airport, and it's really odd. I wonder if I could take it up in the drone cam. So, get this. And of course, it's not quite, you know, properly replicated, but it is what it is. So this is a taxiway that crosses a legitimate road, and the main airport, like, facilities, is down here. Like, you got the ramp, you got hangars and tie-down spots over here, but it's across the road, past some houses. That's so bizarre. Like, you can definitely tell there's plenty of spots for tie-downs and some hangars. And there's a cemetery nearby. That's convenient just for some reason. But it's just that I've never seen anything like it. That's kind of funny. Alright. That turbo arrow. Guess we'll go ahead and turn. I had hey Mahoney, how you doing? I turned name tags off last night because I was getting some nice screenshots with the T-45. Alright. So next stop is, okay, one's nuts flaps down, those lights are on, good, good, good. Let's check fuel. That's in there, that's in there. We'll switch to the, we're good, we're still good.
Traffic, go to November 889 at Charlie Golf. We're
All right.
Team 4, we're 40 miles
Release parking brake.
to the west of the airfield. We'll be coming in on the RNAV.
There's one notch of flaps in. I see an OLK, I see a Druid Zeus. Looks like suppressors and driver. Yeah. It's just, I can't say as I've ever seen it have a taxiway cross the road quite like that. I mean, just looking at the satellite, there's like plenty of field to the south on either end for, you know, facilities, but it's across the road. So, I mean, if I lived at one of the houses nearby, I'd have my own little taxiway that, or I'd at least have a hangar right next to the house so I could just taxi down the road and meet up at the airport. That's just, to me, that's just wild.
November 889 Charlie Charlie.
I've not seen anything like that
80
before.
miles to the west of the airfield, 8,800 on the RNAV GPS.
Amika, many thanks for the follow. Gracias. Turbo Arrow is Goblin. Roger. I like the Turbo Arrow. It's nice. On the runway. I think there's a bit of duplication here. So between the stock scenery and the Navigraph nav data, I think there's a little bit of, I can't use the normal word that I would use, but some little goofiness going on. So that's probably why you don't see the white lines. Alright. Make sure to fold. Slowly adding in power. And we're up. Flaps coming up. No, I actually forgot to do that. I saw the email and I got busy doing paperwork for the job, and I barely made the stream on time, so I'm running on the previous cycle. I have not yet updated to the newest cycle.
About 3 miles southwest.
Yeah, that's why I switched to scattered clouds, just because it was being all the lightning's a nuisance. There shouldn't be that much lightning down there with the way the clouds are. What's that business down there? It's so darn big. Oh wow! So, fun fact, this building down here, that's a Payless shoe store warehouse. So, lots of shoes. Oh no, me shoes! Agent 1213, we are in the Just Flight Piper Warrior 2. And we're flying it across Indiana, well, across the Midwest into Indiana, checking out the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Indianapolis Raceway Park for the Chase the Cup series. Yeah, Payless. Yeah, it's basically you get shoes for cheaper. They're reduced priced shoes. I've actually gotten shoes from them and they're decent. You know, for those not wanting to spend Nike money. Thanks, Kazaki. I've been spending some time with the good old T45, getting ready for the Tomcat to drop next week. The hard deck simulations carrier add-on is really nice. So I've been trying to get some practice in. The only shoes that I've had that have cost around that price, Merwaz, were for work and steel-toed boots. 6 Knots is in. Good to see you. How are you?
Traffic lead jet arriving from the southwest, west, south.
Oh yeah, no. Most of the pairs of steel-toe boots that I have were for work, and they provided vouchers or compensation for the purchase of the boots. weekdays and dailies, some finished aluminum toed shoes. There you go. I should say steel toe and composite toe, because I do have some composite toe boots, which are a lot lighter than steel toes. The carry images are nice to have. The HSU, so yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that a lot. Yeah, you spend that money, you definitely, especially for work, you want a good pair of shoes, a good pair of footwear. That being said, for everyday like tennis shoes or casual shoes, you can get decent shoes that last a long time if you take care of them, without spending, Nike money. Red Wings are great. I think it's Red Wings. Red Wings is a brand that my dad prefers. Dunlop rubber boots are like, whew.
Traffic,
Dunlop, you gotta get them Pirellis.
Looking for any traffic in the area, please advise.
Okay, we're reducing throttle, getting ready for cruise. We'll see how that evens out. There's Noel, Druid Zeus, and others. If we're going to Indy, we'd actually want Michelin's, because the Bridgestones didn't do very well. Or was it the other way around? No, it's the Bridgestones that did well. The Michelin's didn't do well at Indianapolis, because Bridgestone is a partner, or is I think the European equivalent to Firestone. And at the time of the 2005 US Grand Prix, they had laser ground. Would you stop, you stupid things? They diamond ground the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which caused issues with when F1 came to visit. And I believe it was the Michelin's that got tore up, just would not last. But Bridgestone's tires, having data from Firestone and the Indy cars, brought a really hard compound tire that could last, or at least lasted longer than the Michelin's on the ground surface. Eating would be good. I've heard, I guess Firestone in the US anyway got a bad reputation when it came to Broncos, Ford Broncos. They had real problems. I had a set of Firestones on my old Dodge Avenger. They're great tires. Otherwise, I've had families had good fortune with Michelin's. I kind of have a mix and match set of tires on my Jeep. I've barely driven my Jeep since I bought it. I bought it February of last year, and I haven't even put 1,000 miles on it. And I'm a person that, even before, so like in 2019 and the first 3 months of 2020, I don't drive far. I've been fortunate that I live close to where I've worked, and I don't have to travel all that far. But at the same time, it's kind of funny. I've had my Jeep for a year and a half now, and I haven't put 1,000 miles on it. It's okay, Kingsman. No worries. Do what you can. We know you're there in spirit. That's maybe not the best way to put it, but we know you're there. You're doing your best. Fire swings are known to kill a lot of people back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Mostly were Explorers. That was it, not Broncos. Yeah. So I think that's where they got the bad reputation. You know, overall they weren't bad. It's just with the combination of the Explorer, this was not great. We know you are, Kingsman. Hey, DC Viper, how are you? I've never watched Lower Decks.
Huzzah! How many points do I receive?
DC Viper with the cheers and the bits. Yeah, 40 exploders. We were talking about we were talking about shoes, then we talked about boots, and then we started, that got us onto a topic of rubber. Somebody mentioned Dunlop, then I went with Pirelli, and then it kind of got into the Bridgestone Firestone USGP 2005. So we took off at Ohio State University Airport. Captain Kamikaze, oh, Kingsman, the legend himself, gifting 5 Tier 1 subs to the channel. Going out to Captain Kamikaze, Quinoa, Kinagawa. It's Laz and Dan Burger 81 and Merwaz. Many thanks, Kingsman. You're an absolute legend. Very true, kind soul, and a valued member of the community. Thank you very much, my dude. It means an awful lot. I've got a combination of the OEM, Continentals, and Kumos on my Focus. I don't remember what I have. I got a leak in one of them. Over the past 10 plus years with Yokohamas, I've not heard anything bad about Yokohamas. Kumos are good. Haven't necessarily heard anything good or bad about Continentals. I think Continental tires are the official tire of IMSA. Yeah, many thanks, Kingsman. So Kingsman just celebrated his birthday on Tuesday, and just a legendary dude. He's the reason why I support Liverpool Football Club up the Reds. And I think we're officially in Indiana, one of probably the flattest state in the Midwest. There's not a whole lot going on in Indiana outside of Indianapolis.
To the west, last call.
Oh, pardon me. Gosh. That feeling when you get something caught in your throat and just gives you that gag reflex. Ugh. Oh no, it's Captain Toledo. Yeah, I'll give it that.
7 miles to the northwest, coming in for a pattern on the 45.
You don't stop in Gary, Indiana for any reason. Michigan City's right along the lake, but I'd say out of Notre Dame and Indianapolis, Indiana's like wheat and corn. Or as I would say to Jay Winokur, wheat. Because of Wheatgate.
Turning 45 down 119 traffic.
Oh, we got a flight sergeant in the helo. check our altitude and see where it's at. Ooh, it's stabilized. Woohoo, at cruise. And Michael Jackson, that's a tricky subject.
Downwind slowing 19 traffic.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, that's a that's a kettle of fish. But I'll grant that. Oh my. I'm suddenly very glad that we're not running live weather because I just looked at Sky Vector and it's not pretty. It's not good at all.
Traffic 2 turn down runway 19 traffic.
I can't type and do things. Oopsie. Oh, wireless keyboards for the win.
Traffic 2 base.
Yeah, it just started getting super dark at OSU. Oh yeah, we left there and it was okay on live weather, and there's just thundery all over the place. But that's not the cell that's coming near OSU is nothing like what's going to be starting to go over Indianapolis right now. It's not pretty. It's not good. Although it seems to be dying off as it goes east. It's kind of like once it hits what highway is that? So once it hits US 31, it seems to be dissipating, according to the radar. So there's a chance. Ugh, Gary, Indiana. You get your tires stolen in Gary, Indiana. Messi's in Paris now. PSG. I missed something. He's considered the best soccer player on the planet. At least one of them. Roger that. I thought who was retiring? No, it was the guy from MotoGP was retiring. Before he joined the Air Force in Milford, Illinois, they called it the corn canning capital of the world. It's very flat there, yeah. So like in the Midwest, outside of probably Michigan, starts getting kind of flat about midway through Ohio. Because once you get a little east of Cleveland, the terrain starts picking up, getting interesting. Of course, getting closer to the Appalachian chains and so on. You know, Ohio has the U.S. Air Force Museum. I think Ohio has produced the most astronauts for the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. Airport code nearest is... Give me one moment. I-61, India 61. We'll be coming up on that shortly. Hagerstown. So, I-61. Yeah, the foothills of the Appalachian dies between Columbus and yeah. That's one of the wonderful things about when I go to Conneaut, Ohio, is once you hit Cleveland, you know that you're almost there, and that the terrain's going to get a lot more interesting to look at. The drive between My hometown of Detroit's not that bad. Then it flattens out getting into Toledo and all the way to Cleveland. The most interesting thing between Toledo and Cleveland is Sandusky. Maybe DC, maybe it's not that they want to leave Ohio so much as they want to see what else is out there. Maybe Ohioans are bred explorers or Buckeyes, whatever you call yourselves. A little bit. Journalist in Columbus flat. Dude, I've driven from Toledo to Columbus. That is not... I schwacked a bird on the highway between Toledo and Columbus, actually. So, funny story. I'm on my way to a convention. I'm driving all by myself. It's the first time I've driven, more than a couple of hours. Actually, no, it was the second time. Either way, I'm driving down the highway, just minding my own business, doing my thing, and I see way up ahead, I see a bird picking at something on the side of the road. This is probably like a crow or something, or just a blackbird. So I'm driving along and get closer. Well, it takes off right at the last second. And I'm in a 2008 Jeep Patriot stock antenna. Well, it picks up and goes off, hits my antenna, ends up shattering my passenger side mirror, and is just gone from existence. And it was after that I bought myself one of those stubby radio antennas. Hey, Carrier85, how you doing? I saw a BN2, so I can, assuming that was Kingsman. There's Flight Sergeant still. So I'm thinking Joint FS is causing issues.
The rocket's right base for 7.
I might try to join it again when we get on the ground after checking out the Speedway. Yeah, so I don't even know if the bird survived or not, but it was just because all I heard was just glass shattering, and my windows are up, and because in the middle of summer, it was July. Yeah, it was July, and that happened here, shattering glass. And I'm just going, what the heck happened? I'm looking at my passenger window, my windshield. I'm looking all over the place. I'm like, I'm not seeing any glass. I'm not seeing any broken glass or, wind coming in. I'm running the air conditioning at that point. And then it's when I casually look over and notice, oh, my passenger mirror is destroyed. That's great. Who knows what happened to the bird, but I want to talk about something that scared the pants off of you. Especially when you're hours from home. That'll get your attention real quick. Yeah, it looks like the big cell that was approaching Indianapolis is kind of dissipating over Lafayette. Isn't quite making it to Kokomo or US 31. Would you be able to notify Snap Road to get its charts and data? ILS sending. ChartFox does a good one.
The rocket short final.
Like if you need procedural charts, ChartFox offers them. I think you need a VATSIM account for ChartFox, but it's a free service. VATSIM's also free. Let's see. hard box. So I'm gonna put that link. You can get some of the airport charts from the FAA as well.
341 Tango Bravo coming on.
But if you want anything for outside of the U.S.,
For a left-hand runway 7.
ChartFox may be your go-to. I've used them before. I don't need to use them as much because I have Navigraph. But for a free alternative, ChartFox does pretty well. You do, but again, it's still free. It's free regardless. You can just make a massive account, not do anything, and get ChartFox. One trip counted 75 hit deer on the center of the road between St. Louis and Kansas City. Jeez. I think DC is trying to. I think it's that's.com.
Traffic sitting at 341 Tango Bravo turning left.
Nope, that's not the right one.
For runway 7.
Well, let's just, let's just, why can I not delete my own comment? That seems like a bit of an oversight. Oh well. I have it set up that it doesn't do links, no. They just show up as asterisk. Batsim.net. Batsim.net.
Traffic sitting at 341 Tango Bravo turning left
dot
runway 7.
net. Should work. There we go, that's the right one. I'm already registered for VATSIM. Speaking of VATSIM, I need to spend more time on VATSIM. Bumpers. I hit a deer once, it turned around, looked at me, and went, oh dear, and ran away. See, so funny story about deer. I've been T-boned by a deer. I didn't T-bone a deer, I didn't hit a deer. A deer hit me. I was going down the interstate on my way to work. Way back in 2003, I was working at the Three Rivers Airport in Michigan. And I'm just by my own business going to work, passing a semi on the highway. And next thing I know, bam! I'm like, like something hit the car. First thing I do is get control of the car, and then I pulled over trying to figure out what the heck happened. All I know is I heard a big thud. I never saw anything. And I was in the middle of passing a semi, and I thought, well, maybe the semi blew a tire or something. No, he kept going. And had no idea. Just kind of looked around confused, didn't see the deer anywhere. Just got back in the car and finished driving to work. I was almost there. I was like 2/3 of the way there. Wasn't that long of a trip. Got to work, got out of the car, and I started looking around. My passenger mirror's hanging down. It's all busted up. And, there's a big dent in the door. And I'm looking at the door handle, and it's just like, there's little tufts of fur in it. And I'm just like, that's deer! I got T-boned by a deer! The even more hilarious part about that is before that deer hit the car, or hit me, you couldn't open the passenger door from the outside. I had to open it from the inside. After the deer hit me, you could open it from the outside. It fixed the door. It was the craziest just set of circumstances.
Traffic Skyhawk 7347 is now 3 miles left downwind for 07.
I don't think I've hit a raccoon. I think I've nailed a couple of squirrels. Kev 70, the flight's been okay since, other than the initial CTD after leaving OSU. I don't think OSU liked me departing. About the DC6 planted in the field. Yeah, it's just weird. I've never been heard of anybody. I never before had heard of anybody getting T-boned by a deer. I've heard plenty of stories about hitting a deer, but not the other way around. Merwaz seems to have not purchased the extended warranty on the DC6. Ooh. Yeah, no, it was the craziest thing.
Traffic van 4419 Quebec, turning left downwind.
Jeez.
07.
The last thing I'd want to hit is a moose. Moose walk away from it. Bus on campus, some girl came running out in front of me because she thought I was going to hit a dude. Oh dear. No, you're fine. You're telling the story about how you're trying to land a DC-6 and it didn't go well. That's fine. In a detective vehicle in the passenger car. Yeah, no. No, DC, the passenger car would have been totaled and the moose would have walked away. Maybe with a limp. I can't say I hit a deer twice. Told one car, didn't do anything to the other one to speak up. Pardon me. Also, I was in a flight of 3 planes landing at Rome, Georgia airport. 7 deer on the runway. The plane in front landed. The deer ran. I landed. The deer ran back, and I nearly hit one. Oh dear. And the plane behind me hit. Ooh. That's some. Ugh. Army Land Rover? Oh, you would have been fine. Those things are practically armored vehicles. Yeah.
Traffic 19 Quebec base for 07.
Some deer was having a fun time in the woods as a Belfast. Oh, animals. They're just there living their lives and we're living ours, and sometimes they just intersect. Get away, Nat. Heck, come.
Traffic 19 Quebec final 07.
Now, suddenly I don't recall if the Warrior got updated for Sim Update 5. I know the Warriors did. I think the Warrior did. So many deer around Columbus that ODNR have actually hunters with suppressed rifles to cut it. Dude, it's the same thing in my town. You see more deer in town than you do out in the country. Oh, I believe you, Merwaz. I believe you 100%. Yeah, that's something out of the horror game or movie. No, I fully believe you. Hey, Dougal, how you doing? Okay, the Warrior did too. Okay. Maybe not where you're at, Mahoney, but there's a lot of hunting here in the U.S. That's the thing, Kingsman. The deer find more food, and they know that in town, the deer's safe. At least in my town. Apparently in Columbus, they got to look out for the Navy SEALs. But the deer are more safe in town and have more plentiful food than they do out in the country. I see a Kozaki and a G21.
Traffic, Skyhawk 7347, turning final 07.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are much more regulated than we are. You also don't have near the space that we do. A lot of wolf here now, even roaming in towns. Well, the more populated it gets, and you know, nature's gonna occasionally just creep into our areas, and you know, our paths cross. Parks as well, so fast. Yeah. Oh, we darn near killed out the buffalo entirely. Yeah, it's not terribly hard to get a hunting license here in Michigan. You have to, there's certain areas that have certain laws on what caliber you can use where.
Traffic Stalin 2856 Romeo.
Some places it's muzzleloader only, some places it's straight cartridge only. In the UP it's pretty much not restricted. Hunting in France with license, yeah. Pretty much, Kingsman, and that's kind of a sad state of affairs. Nova Hawk, Elan, Grave Bus, Not Illusion, Killabee, Big Mo, the Netmeister, okay. Yep. Some members are, yeah. Well, my paternal heritage had a lot of hunters. In fact, one of my paternal ancestors was a hunting and fishing guide in the northern part of lower Michigan. And I've never been hunting myself. My dad used to, but my dad gave up hunting and shooting sports because of family. Take care of the family was more important. A lot of farmers, I really believe it. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Hunters, especially, because you know they had to fend off things, especially if like sheep. You know, fend off wolves, coyotes, other predatory animals. Wild hogs are a big problem down in Texas. In fact, you need more education to get the hunting license than to buy a gun, at least in my state. Yeah. Yeah, so if you ever want a good hog for a good old pig roast, go to Texas. They'll practically pay you to get rid of some wild hogs. They're a major problem. I think it's Texas. Clarkson had some problem with foxes. I'll believe it. Foxes and chickens, man. A contest as old as the time itself. I've never hunted, so I can't say whether I enjoy it or not. My philosophy on it is like, if you're hunting for food and you're going to use the animal for, you know, food and other things, then I'm perfectly fine with it. If you're hunting just for sport, just to kill a thing, and you're not going to use any of it, that's just stupid. Really, DC? I didn't know that was a problem in Ohio. Sounds like we need to start doing some pig roasts. I'm sure they did a lot of fox hunting. That makes sense. There's always the iconic imagery of The British fox hunts. Can you hear his walking, get a license, walk out? That's down in, Tennessee. That's why I confine myself to hunting clay pigeons. There's nothing wrong with that. If I were to ever go hunting, it would be something I'm going to use, I kind of have a similar philosophy to what the Native Americans had. It's basically use the animal. Use as much as the animal you can for anything. You can use the hide as leather, the bones for stuff, and then the meat is just food. Lord Grantham and his hunting party, something like that. Made some fishing with my father a long time ago, and fishing's a thing. I've been hunting once. Very posh tally-ho stuff. Yeah, probably. It's probably not as... What's the right word? Posh kind of works. It's probably not all like that, everywhere, but it's definitely the iconic imagery that Americans have for the British fox hunt. Steel plates are my favorite grain. No, steel's good. So far, I've hunted paper. That's the most that I've hunted. I don't really have many good places here to... Unless you own land, there's not a lot of good places to have steel targets. Oh, nice. I used to go riding with Lord Barclays. Oh, nice. No. You get my meaning anyway, at least. So we're just getting into the Indianapolis photogrammetry area. We shouldn't need to deviate too much to get to... Pardon me.
Traffic, RV7, midfield, downwind, runway 7.
That didn't show up, so I need to... Properties. Okay. Data. Okay, that's going. Nope, still not working. Nearest field. We just passed Kilo Mike, Quebec, Juliet. Kilo Mike, Quebec, Juliet. KMQJ. Still get it. 100% DC, I believe it. Registered for the Robinson R44. I don't know. I haven't heard. There you go, DC. The club used to one line. You put just about whatever you wanted downrange as long as you clean it up. That makes sense. I don't have a lot of places like that myself. Alright, so now I've got to focus on flying a little bit. Need to probably go.
It's approaching the end of
0, switch to heading. So first up we have the Indianapolis Raceway Park. It's getting cloudy. So yesterday it was weird. I woke up and it was just doom, gloom, thunderstorms. It was just bleh. By the time evening ran around, it's nice. Sun's out, pretty. Hey, there's Kingsman. Got you up there at 6,800 feet. If the news is to be believed, just head south of 8 Mile Road.
Traffic, diameter 899 Delta Sierra 2000, 4 miles to the north, coming at you down 133.
Okay, so now IRP, or I think it got sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts for a while, so it's ORP. Basically, it's the short track of Indianapolis. It was a great track. It had 2 ovals in it, a half mile and I believe a quarter mile. In fact, I think I see it right up ahead. If I'm using a little nav map right, yes it is. Yeah. Plates, cans, pizza boxes, clays, whatever will bounce. Heck yeah, dude. And if you watch Kentucky Ballistics, it's watermelon time. And nobody likes eggplants. Goblin, you might be over the main speedway. We're just getting over the little speedway now. So we're going to go ahead and turn off autopilot. So there's the Indianapolis Raceway Park with 2 ovals, a half mile, a quarter oval, or quarter mile. It's a fun track. It's fairly flat. It has some progressive banking to it. It is actually really neat to see races there, because you really had to. You could have such different strategies about where you were in the corner. Kingsman, no, I am on scattered clouds. The live weather is just acting silly. There's downtown Indianapolis. There's the Indianapolis International Airport. The Brickyard's over here. We'll get there in a second. So yeah, right here is the Indianapolis Raceway Park. It is a great little track. Have night races, short track. It's classic short track racing, beating and banging, and all kinds of fun. And then they stopped racing there, and it was really sad. You got that right, DC. I mean, there's golf courses in the middle of nowhere. I'm honestly surprised that flying with Captain Seppi last night in the Bahamas, we didn't run into any golf courses down there on an island. Wait, that can't be it. That doesn't look right. No, that's in Indianapolis Fairgrounds. Where's... Well, now I gotta know... Because that's not the right one. That can't be the right one. That's like Fairgrounds. That's not what I want either. Bing. Indianapolis Raceway Park. Oh.
Traffic, Cessna 776, clear runway. Taxi to the field runway.
It's in the northwest. Ooh. I guess it's Lucas Oil Raceway Park now. Eagle Creek Airport. There it is. Alright. Well, it's actually closer to our destination airport. Alright. Yeah, that's the fairgrounds. Oops. I thought it was the right one. I should have checked closer. That's on me. But hey, we saw the fairgrounds, so that's interesting, I think.
Pop with you, just off high southbound.
definitely not as interesting as the Brickyard or the Lucas Oil Raceway now. And there we have the Brickyard. Now, some people will say that it's named because it has a yard of bricks at the start-finish line. And that's a very, very partial truth. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway's racing surface used to be bricks. Until they had to do a full repave at one point and then used asphalt, they saved 1 yard of bricks spanning the whole racing surface as a kind of way to remember that it used to be a full brick surface at one point.
3077, crossing runway 24.
So, and hence, one of the traditions when you win in Indianapolis is you stop, or is that you get out and you kiss the bricks. And that's oh, nice. If I remember correctly, there's actually a golf course in the race track. The infamous infield chicane. Well, the road course starts here, or here, depending on what circuit you're doing, then kind of goes this way, and this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then goes straight, and then around here, and then kind of comes around here, and then back on the straight. Which I think this section's more for the MotoGP race. You can see some decoration on the grandstands. The one that caused a problem at the last USGP. I don't know about that one. The biggest memory I have of the USGP is in 2005 with the tire debacle. There's the pagoda. So we're going to pull a Murph. We're going to hit active pause, get out the drone. Double check drone speed. Power and speed. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway's been around basically as long as... That's the wrong freaking control. We'll move this over so I don't get confused. It's been around for over 100 years. The Red Bull Air Race did an event here, and they used the backstretch as a runway. Now, the pagoda doesn't really look like a pagoda, but there's Victory Lane. There's a bridge. Something like that, DC Viper. They've been doing the Indy 500 consistently through that entire time, with the exception of during World War II, where the airfield is repurposed as kind of a storage place for aircraft. It's the photogrammetry, so it's a step up from the photogrammetry, but I mean, it could still use some loving. Yeah, and I don't think F1's been back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway since 2007. See different tunnels to get past the Speedway. There's a weird chicane area. The photogrammetry doesn't do grandstands very well because there's an overhang to them. There's pit road. So you can see the starting spots for like IndyCar, or not IndyCar, but like MotoGP or even IMSA. Start finish line is right about here, I think? No. Right here. So you can't really tell, but this area right here is bricks. Or at least supposed to be. So that's the start-finish line. The flag stands up there that you can't see. If they have, I haven't seen it. The first racetrack I really saw was Silverstone by Mechanical Madness. Kind of waiting to see how that fared with Sim Update 5. But yeah, this backstretch, it's flat enough, wide enough, and long enough to be used. Well, it's less flat with the photogrammetry. But it's flat enough, wide enough, and long enough to be used as a makeshift runway. Which is why Red Bull used it as a runway when they had the Red Bull Air Race at Indianapolis. Yeah, if there isn't already, I'm sure at some point there will be. I'd really love to see Orbex get in touch with like Forza, or Turn 10 Studios, iRacing even, to start putting tracks into. Well, Goblin, they didn't so much make Le Mans as they took the Google photogrammetry and put it in for the whole city. They didn't really do just the track. It just happened to include the track. If it was just the track, I would have picked it up. Okay, so we're here. Shouldn't be too far from Lucas. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Speed 90. Yeah. So if we wander over this direction. In fact, Noel's right over the Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park, whatever you want to call it. Take a quick jaunt with the drone camera. So I guess it doesn't have the quarter-mile track like I thought it did. Or maybe it does. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. Kind of little Indy, quarter-mile Indy. But yeah, so they have the oval track here, and they also have the drag strip.
Coming up to be in the airport, sending for 3004 Friday Harbor Water.
For the Lucas Oil Nationals NHRA event. So yeah, So two famous race car drivers from Indiana are Ryan Newman, also known as the Rushville Rocket, and the man himself, Tony Stewart. Multiple-time champion of NASCAR's Cup Series. Dude that can race anything. He started off in IndyCar, moved to NASCAR. He did an exhibition event with Lewis Hamilton back in 2010, give or take. Wait, it was. Where he drove Lewis Hamilton's car, and Lewis Hamilton drove his NASCAR Cup car. Yeah, we could do a touch and go. I gotta turn the right direction. Yeah, I can't get the overlay working, Dougal. I'm not sure what's up with it. Kind of turning towards westerly direction. The airport, we're right near 3 Sierra Yankee, and we're east of it. Streaming. Way the wrong way. You have a good one, Shuffle Shoes. Thanks for coming along and sitting through the CTD we had. Yeah, I can't get the overlay working there, dude. It's being obstinate. Probably. So Speedway Airport's going to be somewhere down in this area. Yeah, they're fewer and further between. I just don't. Horse racing just isn't quite as popular as it used to be. I mean, some local horse farm breeders, they'll have a track, not necessarily for competition, but for at least training. But I don't think it's as big of a sport as it was at one point.
Indianapolis traffic, this is 736 south line, 5 miles each. I'll be signaling right down when you run 1.
Yeah, so we're going to land at Speedway Airport. Let's see. We need to turn right. It's gonna be somewhere right here. Oh, there it is right there. Noel, it's made it down. So, make sure to full. Camera's already on. Oh, we would have flown right over the doggone thing. I'll be darned. We told Captain Seppi we're going to do at least a touch and go on the drag strip, but yeah, I think we'll do a touch and go and then we'll land at the Speedway Airport. Surface is going to be a bit smoother.
Traffic Beaver 30, Cattle Point, north westbound landing, Friday Harbor Water, north 1,500.
1 notch of flaps, that's 2. Let's switch tanks. DC Viper, yes it is. It's hot and humid in the Midwest, so I want air. Straight that serious throttle. There's a Marty McFly 42.
Your harbor area traffic, Otter 708, next point, landing gear water.
Nice notch of flaps. We're going to do a touch and go on the drag strip. I wouldn't say that, DC, because I don't run with crash detection on. I run with it off because I don't see the point. I'll know when I crash. I'll know when I overstress the airplane. I don't need the sim to tell me. I don't need a nanny. And, ooh yeah, this surface is lumpy. Ooh, that's a bump. That's a big bump. And then it's a quick hop over to Speedway.
Traffic, 707 Papa Alpha, Lincoln 16 for
there.
Ready over.
Keep her straight. I like hearing somebody else's engine in your airplane.
Feds Island traffic, Sky 60 Quebec is over America's camp on the 45, turn to the right downwind for runway 16 Lopez.
It's a weird airplane setup. Airplane setup? Airport setup. There's down in front and a 208. Nicely done. See Kingsman flying overhead.
Lopez, Friday Harbor traffic, Sky 271 Romeo coming up on Cattle Pass 2.5, gonna overfly Friday Harbor.
There's Drew Zeus in the Turbo Arrow. Followed closely by Dougal. And what looks to be another Warrior. Very nice, very nice. There's Kingsman in the BN2. Need to hit the brakes. Parking brakes. Drone cam.
And ready over traffic, 707 Papa Alpha to the golf course, making our left turn out towards Cattle Path. Ready over.
If it does, I'm not seeing it. The word concrete path in the grass.
Camera. 5 miles south of inbound for 1 by the hour.
Doesn't look like it. This looks like a bunch of parking spots. Whoa, hang on to her, Scorpio. Hang on to her. Ooh, you even got a TBM. Sean Legaman? Ah, Dougal.
Lopez Island traffic, 68 Quebec is turning right downwind for runway.
I know the feel, my dude.
Full stop, Lopez.
I had one earlier tonight. I think that might be everyone. Oh, there's down in front. Kind of chilling.
Highway traffic, traveler biplane circling those areas.
All right.
1,500 feet.
Without further ado, we're going to continue to our final stop. Great to have you along again, Noel. Kingsman with 1-2. Noel, it's great having you along as always. You take care, and we'll see you next time. And we'll wait here for Kingsman to load back in, and Dougal.
Lopez Island traffic, 16 Quebec is turning right base for runway 16, Lopez.
Parking brakes out. Flaps out, ready to go. And we shall await the return of Dougal and of Kingsman. yeah.
Traffic, Skyhawk 69 Papa.
Reese Chandler's here. Good to see you.
600, do a left descending.
Loading in as well.
Do a right downwind for 169 Papa.
See, there needs to be more liveries with the customizable name tag or registration. Like, come on. Just Flight, that was an oversight. You sure, Kingsman? Yeah, Captain Seppi and Kingsman are both legends. Roger that, Kingsman. Ooh, there's an arrow. Alright, so parking brake. Released. I need to spend more time on VATSIM. I'm out of practice. It's been a while. Alright, so there. Chairs sorted. Shit doesn't want to do. Seriously, I need to get some wheels for my chair that have brakes. Mr. Rich. Oh, hang on, door. We're up.
Says I'm in traffic. 6 back here, turning south, runway 16. It's going to be full stop, low head.
There's Scorpio up. There's a roundabout in the middle of nowhere.
Friday Harbor traffic status 711 Romeo overflying airport 2.6 en route to Roach. Friday Harbor.
See, now if I was going to the race, that's what I'd do. I would fly in and have like a golf cart take me to the race. That's what I would do. Save on parking. Or heck, just walk. It's not a bad walk.
Traffic, Sky 80 Mike, turn right now on 16, Friday Harbor.
Well, it seems like everybody I can see is up. Yeah, Kingsman, the Piper Warrior is a really nice little airplane. Oh, goodness.
Traffic.
We got a what stream cam tonight?
2,500 inbound.
Oh, Colonel Ford, yes. Backwards and upside down. That one took a minute. Yeah, I figured I'd have it on today for most of it. Let's see. Nav mode on. Is that the right one?
Traffic,
I feel like it is.
28 units, entering left downwind.
Yeah, I totally goofed. Haha. Flight plan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh jeez. Yay. Oh wow, that's way C. And I, not Y. Wow, that was gonna be. Ooh. So we're gonna be visiting the University of Illinois. You know. There we go. Clear. Yes. That's better. That's a lot better.
Downwind runway.
Ah, you did because the t-shirt's backwards. Yeah, I was playing around a little bit. Not sure I like the reversed webcam. There's the one. I really. It's there. Never walked alone.
This is Sting 808 Tango Lima. We'll be entering a left base for 25. Now at altitude 2,500. 808 Tango Lima.
Oh, getting noises. Aaron C. Morse is now following. Many thanks, dude. Hope you enjoy the flight. We're going way higher than we need to. That's a good angle. Oh, dang. I almost took us to Fort McCoy. Boy, that would have been awkward. Upstate Wisconsin. Whoops.
2,500. Enter your crosswind 28.
Instead, we're going to the University of Illinois. Let's see. How do you find managing the yoke and the mouse keyboard? Just fine. I find that whatever I can't assign to some sort of hardware control is I can easily just find it with the mouse and adjust it from there. Yeah, it would have been a heck of a trip. So let's see, just as a demonstration, we're at about 4 degrees C. Up we're gonna use the cheat button. We want to see we're at 5,500 and it's 4 degrees C, so we're going to adjust about right there, and that'll give us our true airspeed. But I couldn't do that with I could probably if I had the right hardware, but with the mouse it's just as easy. Yeah, and whether I'm using my yoke and throttle quadrant or my HOTAS setup, having the mouse available is just awesome. It's very helpful. Fuel pump off. I'm gonna turn that off and we're gonna get it down a bit.
Traffic November 2964 Bravo, we entering downwind for runway 33, about 3 miles to the north.
Let's see, let's double check this because we're probably getting a little far away.
Traffic helicopter 29 November Echoes approximately 7 miles to the southeast at 1,700 heading eastbound traffic.
Let's change it to a center frequency.
Compass 5793, contact departure. Departure Compass 5793.
Yeah, having the mouse available is just, it's very helpful. It's actually been a point of contention talking with my buddy Jay Winokur, because he does a lot of IL-2 flying, and one of the problems that at least in IL-2 Great Battles, the control set is overly complicated, and they don't even have clickable cockpits like we have. You know, we can click on stuff and do stuff. In IL-2 Great Battles, that's not an option. However, in IL-2 Cliffs of Dover, you have mouse interaction with the cockpits, and it's really nice. So it's a little confusing as to why Great Battles doesn't have that option. If it had the ability to do that, to, like, you know, do the stuff that we can do, like open the door, you know, open the little window, or, you know, what have you, it would make IL-2 so much better. It would realistically put it into a more modern age. Than it currently sits in. There's the Dougal. Welcome back to Dougal. And there's the Kingsman, both back.
Southwest 111, wind calm, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 25 left, Southwest 11, 11. Southwest 11, 11, thanks, 24 left, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, because especially when playing, like when warbirds or fighter jets start coming to flight sim, every time that's happened, everybody starts bringing up DCS. I've got nothing bad to say against, DCS. It's good at what it does, but from what I've seen, it has its own stability challenges, and it's designed for combat, and that's awesome. Now, I've thought of a way, not knowing how to code anything. I can barely remember codes to get into my computer half the time. If you could make a program like JoinFS, where it would detect whether you could have weapons or not, or, you know, be impacted by weapons or not. That would give the ability to have a combat sim in Microsoft Flight Sim's engine without the worry about being randomly trolled by people. Yes, it is, Goblin. Hey, SJ, how you doing, dude? But at the end of the day, I would love to see Microsoft Flight Sim use this engine, what they've done with it, and make a combat sim that's not DCS. You know, it would be cool to see them go back to their roots with a dedicated World War II combat flight sim. And, you know, maybe even not World War II. Maybe let's go with Korea. You know, the age of the F-86 and the MiG-15. See, Merwaz, that's kind of what I was thinking, because we have things like Joint FS. So, hypothetically speaking, it should be possible to do something like that with combat added in, because that way it's not using the Microsoft servers. You can't just randomly be trolled or troll. The servers themselves are controllable. You know, so there's moderation. You can kick people that are doing stupid things, and it, in theory, could detect whether whether somebody's on a Microsoft server or on a Joint FS, and have their aircraft affected by weapons. You know, whether they got shot down with a missile or guns or what have you. In theory, I can see it happening. Whether somebody wants to do it or not, who knows? But again, that's all theoretical. I couldn't code to save my life. I can barely make a website. Most of that's just because I'm out of practice. You know, so it's just, I think it would be fun. But at the same time, I love being able to take a Spitfire or a P-40 or an F-15 over my hometown, my home state, or just other areas that you can't do in DCS. And that's the appeal. And I'll grant that the wider user base of DCS are fine. They have really, they don't care if, you know, about what goes into flight sim, but you get that very loud minority of people that want to act like, oh, you can't have you can't like things for reasons of your own if they don't line up with mine. And those are the people that go on about, why have a combat aircraft in non-combat sims? Because it's fun to fly. You know, it's like the Tomcat. That's a cool airplane. It'd be fun to fly wherever you want. Fly it off the coast of Florida. Fly it, you know, off San Diego. That'd be cool. Can't do that in DCS. I remember that, Goblin. I never got my hands on a copy, but I always wanted to because I thought it would be fun. So it's just, I don't know. I'm afraid that once I get it, or once I start my job, I'm not going to have these ideas. Or worse, I'm going to have a ton of ideas and no way to do them, and no time to do them.
United 414, contact departure.
There's a CJ4, gained monkey, citation. I don't know what an FDCT is. .152. Make Alley looked fun. I just never got my hands on a copy.
open weight, traffic on a 4.5 mile final, be ready to go.
It's ready playing 100% Goblin, 100%. And honestly, it's like why get mad at people for enjoying something you don't like? I mean, if we all like the same stuff, life would be boring. It wouldn't be nearly as exciting as it is.
Scout 3076, left at Echo 13, left on Echo, then ground point 65. For 13, left on Echo.
There's Roger RC to PA28R. Scorpio and a Bonanza. Kazaki and a Bonanza. Sriracha is in a 172. Right behind Kingsman in a BN2. There we go. Now we can see people. So I'm looking to do a stream on Saturday. I haven't quite decided what. I'll try to aim it towards the end of Allison's stream.
Compass 6042, RNAV Delaware, wind calm, runway
She's
24
doing
left, clear for takeoff.
Amy Johnson, I think she's heading out from Aleppo this week. Flying in the Middle East. So looking to do, haven't quite got a flight plan thought up for it, but might do one on Saturday evening. Then I'll be doing a stream on Sunday. I'm going to try to do as much streaming as I can within the next couple of weeks before I actually start the job. Just to kind of build my hours for, so it settles out as I start the job. So Sunday, we're going to do carrier training. We're going to take out the T-45, fly down the coast. We're going to start off at Pensacola Naval Air Station, fly down the coast to Naval Air Station Key West, where with the hard deck simulations add-on, there is a carrier just offshore. We'll also be showcasing a very cool Key West Naval Air Station scenery and that way it also gives folks without the carrier add-on a place to land that's nearby. We'll do some carrier landings and takeoffs, so a little bit of practice. From there, we'll head up the east coast of Florida and head to Jacksonville. I just put a picture of my Waco in the gallery over Discord. It's fair. I'll check it out here in a second. I had a hard time. I remember to target MiG Alley as close combat with guns, but it was this game, but not easy to make it work. Fair enough. F-86 Sabre is nice. If you can fly in MiG to Oshkosh, then we should all be free to fly anything we want to in sim from Tuesday. 100%, dude. And honestly, I've relaxed the rule of flying jetliners and liveries and whatever because with the new sim update, because it doesn't have the impact it used to. You know, the tube liners in GA flights used to have some sort of an impact, whereas now it's not so bad. Now, if someone's acting an idiot, that's one thing. That's the big thing, you know, that's like the one rule I'll have, is just don't fly like an idiot.
Contact departure, 506 Mike Alpha. Have a good day.
Otherwise, fly what you have fun with. That's what flying's about, is having a it's nicer to have a group flight when everybody's flying something of similar speed, but I'm not going to be, you know, for lack of a better term, I'm not going to be a hard ass about it. But, you know, it's nice to be reasonable. So, but yeah, I mean, fly what you want. You know, you want to fly, if I'm flying a PA-28 and you want to fly an F-15, go for it. If I'm in a, you know, if I'm in a G91 and you want to fly in a Cub Clone, go for it.
4938, Roger.
I just like, I appreciate the company. And, you know, it's just, everybody experiences the joy of flight differently. And that's a wonderful thing. Oh yeah, carrier's not easy. Especially with dealing with multiplayers, you're going to have to sort out, okay, I got to get out of the way, you know, of the cables and line up for, you know, a catapult. But it's, I like it as a challenge, and kind of decided to do that getting ready for the Tomcat, because, well, it's a Tomcat. I'm not going to not fly the Tomcat. And I'm definitely not going to not fly the Tomcat off a carrier. Just saying. I mean, there's just things you just have to do. Let's see about the Korean War is the Hunters. I'll have to look that up, Goblin. Right, I was going to look up SJ's Waco. Ooh. That is a very nice photo. That is a tasty burger.
Dallas 4938, contact departure, have a good day.
Park down 4938, sir.
That is a nice photo there, SJ. Well, thank you, Jay Winokur. I like to think so. Got lots of nice. This one's by Viper, being followed by a Thunderfly in the VL3. I feel like this is Combat Flight Sim 2 from KOSU-I, aka Sir Fuzz. And we have some screenshots from our DC-6 flight a week or so back. Not quite B-17s, but they're nice.
Allegiant 4 South Tower, runway 34, clear to land, wind 2907.
I like this. Yeah. Spits and B-17s. Then we had JW and I flying some P-40s over Honolulu and Sunset. A lot of good photos over in the Discord. Is a tasty burger. Corsair Carrier Ops. That is an airplane I have not tried on with the carrier add-on yet, if I'm honest. KOSU-I. That's a That's a thought. I heard some dude posted IL-2 photos in an FS photo session. How dare he? So, speaking of lovely photos, we sure do, Goblin, and Flight Sim makes it easy, which is really nice. So there's a nice one of the 7.4 at sunset. I believe this one's from Goblin. Nice DC-6 and American Airlines livery colors thing. No, that was from last night in Venezuela with Mert.
That's 9322, left enable contact off.
Over ground, go with 9320.
Got some jugs. You know, we're supposed to keep this family friendly. You're showing pictures of jugs. A little proud of that one. That's a nice one.
Tower right 2405, a visual 10. 2405, for the tower.
Particularly proud of this one. Got the carrier. So this is actually the Key West scenery with the Key West carrier that we'll see on Sunday. We've got the F5s in aggressor liveries. So you do not succeed all the time. I don't think anybody would, Goblin, so don't feel things. Or don't feel bad about it. There's a nice one.
Visual 10 left. 377.
Yeah, lots of good photos, and Flight Sim really makes it easy to have awesome photos in Flight Sim.
Clearance Delta 1117, 50 DLC, looking for a clearance.
Delta 1117, there it is, for the San Francisco Airport. Sierra Foxtrot Oscar Airport, via the Master 2 on now, departure, y'all transition to 5. Climb maintain 107,000, flight line number 230, 107,000, departure, Mach 3147.
Clear San Francisco via the NASA 2 departure, y'all transition, then it's filed.
We're getting close.
26010 minutes, 3147.
Ish. So if I get this in control. Oh no. Oh. Aha. Aha. So I can do these. Let's do this one. Doesn't work.
339.
Delta 339, right?
Yeah, we're on my ground. You'll give you a call.
Alright, I'm just gonna run over the ground with you real quick here. For some reason, we had 2 flight plans. So I'm just gonna run over the ground real quick. And make sure we're on the same
Well,
page.
darn, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to get back to that one here.
Roger.
Delta 339. Clear to, I think that's St. Lucia, Tango Lima, Papa Lima, VFD, Barton.
Well, shucks. Oh well.
Yankee, Quebec 29, Manly, Y185.
Cruise from 20 years ago. There's nothing wrong with that, Kozaki. We had Combat Flight Sim 2 and it was glorious.
Y294, Getro, East, and to your destination.
Amber Delta 339, that's what we have.
Alright, have a nice day.
If that's not a field, I'd be shocked. Looks like it may not be, I don't know. Looks like it could be. I'd land there, probably, if I needed to. Oh, Flight Sim 9. Okay. Hey, look, we got Captain America in the skies in the 747.
Clearance go with 3835.
Start 3035, go ahead.
We didn't get a BDC. there a route change we need to know about?
Yeah, you got a full clear to your destination. Let me know you're ready to copy.
Alright, go ahead.
That's 3835, clear to Kilo Bravo, Quebec, Kilo Airport, DND, Varsity 2, RNAV departure, making transition, direct L1, direct. Climb maintain 10,000, expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 1101.
Alright, clear to Brunswick Airport via the Varsity. Mike Charlie, November. Alpha Mike, Golf, and then 10,000, 230, 10 minutes after, and I heard 1121, you broke out a little bit.
Taking 1101 for the squawk for Skywest 3835.
Photos of your skin, nice.
Or your radio's coming in static.
Alright, and let's see, there was one. You have the Varsity 2 on that departure, correct?
And say it again?
You have the Varsity 2 on that departure, Skywest 3835?
Yeah, sir.
Alright, have a good one. How's the radio now?
It's still static.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Good morning, Clarence. Goes 3664, X-ray, ramp 4, Valdosta, negative EDC.
Skywest 3664, you clear to Valdosta via the Small 2 RNAV departure, Wallet transition, Oscar Tango Kilo direct, climb maintain 10,000, expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 3317.
Clear to Valdosta, Small 2, Wallet, OTK, as filed 10,000, 230, 10, squawk 3317, Scouts 3664.
Clearance Delta 1413 to Little Rock.
Delta 1413, Atlanta clear to we clear to Little Rock Airport via the National 2 RNAV departure. Victor Uniform Zulu transition as filed. Climb maintain 10,000, squawk 3314.
And clear to Little Rock, National 2 voltage transition as filed 10,000, 3314, Delta 1413.
See ya.
Clearance, Air Shuttle 612, Washington Dulles.
Air Shuttle 612, Atlanta clearance to clear to Washington Dulles Airport via the Jack 2 RNAV departure Keller transition.
So I'm thinking runway 14 right.
Squawk 4142.
Alright, clear to Washington Dulles. Jack 2.
Air Shuttle 62, verify.
So runway 14 right for landing.
Jack 2, Kill Transition is filed.
Have a nice day.
The old Finazza don't want spit. Oh, 100%, dude. Should have that livery installed. If it works.
clearance delivery, Delta 2688.
That's 2688, fine.
Hey, man, we got our clearance that tells us there's an ATC delay program planned to push at 2344, which is about 15, 20 minutes ago. We're not going to be able to push probably for about 10, 15 minutes. Is that going to be okay?
I'm sorry, what was your number? 20 what?
2688.
Alright, Delta 2688. Let's see here. You're showing. Or I'm showing.
Let's see. Yeah, it's still about 12 minutes out. 13.
It's probably going to be 10, 15 minutes so we can push.
Okay, I'll let them know behind for traffic management.
Okay, thanks.
Do.
263 is Zeno 128.15.
2815, Zeno,
They have to delivery Hellcat Spire World 2. I think I've seen it, and it doesn't look like any Hellcat that I've seen. Then again, I was looking at my phone, so... Oh yeah, that looks nothing like a Hellcat that I've ever seen.
Turn left 120 to step on my 9 left localizer, maintain reduce speed to 1809.
Heading 120.
I've never seen a red Hellcat. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice looking scheme, but to call it a Hellcat inspired paint scheme's a bit of a stretch in my book. It's red and it has chrome. The only thing remotely Hellcat about it are the roundels, and they're the early war roundels, which the Hellcat never had, and the shark teeth, which a few Hellcats might have had. Yeah, the that particular one, Captain Seppi, has been taking that one around the world, although it doesn't seem to be updated for the latest version of the TBM mod. I haven't taken it out for a spin myself, so some people are having issues with the TBM improvement mod. I took it out after it got updated, and it was okay on my end. That doesn't guarantee it works for everybody, because Captain Seppi was having issues with it. So it's kind of interesting at the moment. We're definitely in the American red belt. Ooh, there's our Bruschetta.
And maintain 180 knots till Zena.
52 4, clear for the 9 left approach, and 180
Oh dear, Falcon Field got hit by monsoons, and it looks like it's done a number on their aircraft. That's unfortunate.
7000. Skywest 5167, Roman 911. Right.
It looks like Hammy went to the, what do you say it was? The Cornwall Aviation Heritage Museum. Took some very nice shots, put them in the Two-Tone Murphy Discord. And I believe Kozaki's in a nice World War II inspired Bonanza. There's even a World War II inspired Baron livery available that I've seen, I believe have installed. There's something about the iconic invasion stripes. But at the same token, it's nice to see some World War II paint schemes without the invasion stripes from time to time. Very nice, Kingsman.
Skywest 2958, 17 4000, maintain 250 knots. 250 knots, 10 4000.
You know, come to think of it, I should probably check my fuel tanks, see where they're at. 5 gallons, and that's still just above 5 gallons, so we'll just stay on the right tank for now. We're about 5 minutes out. And we're going to go for runway 14. I believe is this one right here, so we'll kind of do a left downwind to a left funnel.
Wisconsin 3792, Roman 9 left. 16 ground clear, 338.
It sounds like a nice place, Kingsman. I know Hammy should still be there. Be cool if you guys could meet up, have the crack, and maybe share a pint. I think he tried sending you a message on Discord, maybe on Twitch.
American 1671, climate 2.5 on that con. 1671 departure, running.
Alright, so we're getting close. We'll turn the cam back on. Traveling back tomorrow, roger that.
Three, 4.65.
7 nautical miles.
3465.
So we're going to go ahead, disable that, full mixture. and we're gonna get started to Words are hard. Send. Yes, those are words. Those are words that I know how to say in proper sentences. And my empty water bottle. I hate it when my empty water bottle. A little bit more power. Looks like we're gonna have somebody to deal with.
6000 American 2062.
Okay, autopilot off. I have the airplane. So we're looking to get on the reciprocal of runway 14 for our downwind. Just 31. Start leveling off. Boosting power.
1671, clear, direct, icon.
So we started off at the University of Ohio, or excuse me, Ohio State University. Wow, someone's going to string me up for that one. Started off at the Ohio State University Airport, and now we're at the University of Illinois Airport.
Center on 133.15. Have a good day.
Lost our heading a little bit. Come on, Sim, you got this. Not now. Now's not the time for games. Okay, there's the threshold. So if we're at 3-1, we're going to turn to about 90. 200. Lots of flat boats. Trim to compensate. Second not so flat.
1671, traffic center on 133.15 today.
February 15, you guys, every one of them are 16.
YouTube Discord gaming section. So, oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be neat to see. And now we gotta start worrying about compatibility with Windows 11. Windows 10 was supposed to be the last one. And then they decided to make another one. Okay. Have the field in sight. Everything's on. We'll toss the fuel pump on. Oof. She is moving around.
Departure of Falcon 501 Romeo 5 for 8,000 heading 140 side.
Falcon 501 Romeo Charlotte T, departure ready contact, cigarette to Lilic, Harmony 10-16,000.
Up to Lilic 16,000, 501 Romeo.
Linear runway. Here we are. Joyabulla with the win and only guess.
Record 3565, contact on ground 1 with 33.15, have a good day.
3315, good day, back at 35.
Alright, we're just gonna clean up the airplane. Not park on a runway. Alright. Parking brake on. RPM's up. Off. Turn off everything. Good. Pull out mixture. Go. Mags off. Beacon off. Master switch is off. There's KOSU-I. You know, I hate it that they made it so when you're moving the drone, you can't move the cursor. That's really annoying. Oh, Scorpio, no! Hide me for the landings. There's Kingsman. Sean Legoman, Roger RC. Here's a Druid. Nicely done. I'm seeing a shadow of somebody, but I... Oh, there you are. There's been a vault up there. Or Ben Fanal. A little late on the landing. There's KOSU-I. Here comes Kingsman. The BN2 Islander. British Norman 2. British Norman Model 2. Nicely done. There's Roger RC and a Turbo Arrow. Nicely done. Sean Legoman in the TVM. Nicely done as well. And I do believe that is all of us. Yes. Ah, see, there it is. Now I see the needs a little bit of updating, maybe. Very nice, very nice. Oh dear. As everybody comes to park, we'll get set up for a raid. See if he's still going. Is he still going? Is he going to be going for a minute? Oh yeah, he's going to be going for a minute. So we'll set up a raid real quick. A couple of extra things over there. Thank you everybody for coming along with the flight. Whether you flew along, hung out in the chat, lurked in the chat, to the awesome and very generous gift subscriptions, to the new follows, many thanks. It all means a great deal to me. It really does. I look forward to... Let's separate. There we go. It does mean a lot, and you know, I will appreciate your patience as the channel moves forward while I get a traditional job. It's going to be a little hit and miss here and there, but I'll do the best I can to still be around. So until next time, we'll see you on Sunday for sure, probably on Saturday. I need to work out a plan. Otherwise, there's always Murph's streams. There's always Allison's stream. I usually poke my head in. But until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Take care.